So when the Department of Social Development wanted to come to my house, they did not know. Somebody from my street could not direct them because they did not know where I stay. They did not know who I am, in fact. So that's how unpopular I am. But when she needed to come here, she came directly, and this person did not know me except for my. All she knew about me was my business number and that she was dating my ex. Make it make sense.
Fool me once, fool me twice. When you're hiding things, might as well be lies. Can you ever get it right? How long will I let this lie? Hit up my girls, pull up, I'm outside, waiting by the curb.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Usne. Hope you can call me Usne or hope whatever floats your boats. That's your girl. Welcome to my channel. Please do subscribe, like this video, and share it. So today's story time is a bit late. I apologize. I just did not have my ducks in a row. So today's story time is, when do you become a girl's girl? Or how far do you go along to be a pick-me? So it's inspired by this rant Owami has been doing. Okay, she hasn't been ranting lately, but when she was talking about how promise is not above the system. By the way, I do not buy internet beef. I don't enter. I'm just talking about it. The story inspired what happened to me. So I did do a video. I am going to put it up here again. It's going to be the second time I'm putting this video and at the end, because it relates to both story times. So as you know, Satan went out of his way, to just make my life a living hell. At some point she was dating this girl. We'll call her Pick and Pay. Why do you call her Pick and Pay? He introduced her to me. Well, she spoke of her to me or to us as Pick and Pay. That's the name that we were introduced to her. I saved her as another name because before we spoke, she before he told me that her name is Pick and Pay, the girl had already called me and I needed to save her number, and I had seen her before, and I saved her with the most obvious feature besides being old, much older than her age. And I'm not like, I saw her recent video. I had before doing this video, actually while watching that Owami video, I just did go and check Owoti, and I was like, why is this girl, even when she's changed professions, why does she look so old? Okay, we're not there. So this girl called me and wanted, basically, she wanted to smear my name. She wanted to clear her man's name, and she called him the father of her children. He called him the father of her children. By the way, they have no kids together. But I don't know how they got there. It's none of my business. It is what it is. So this girl she came to my home and she would do videos about me. Basically, she got most of her following through me because she commented when I did videos that, Pick and Pay is on my case. There's this girl called Pick and Pay, and she came on to my videos, and people were like, oh, so you're the girlfriend? And she said yes, and she will hashtag her videos, make me famous. So she got her 1,000 followers on TikTok through me. That girl tried to make my life a living hell. That should not make me attend court. So it was a Wednesday, I'd assume the 27th of October 2022. This is after she calling me, she sending me texts, and the police failing to do what they need to do, as far as high up as the deputy or the second in command of the station. I still have proof that he said he wanted, but we're not there. So this guy gets for he it was an intimidation. He had intimidated. I'd always said this guy, the reason why I was not home for a very long time is that this guy had said that he is going to end my life. So I would always say that. And I had to be here because of some project that I was busy with. And he gets she tries to call me to try and clear her I don't know what this guy was feeding him. So what this guy was feeding her, if you can pay. So she called me in a way that she wanted to clear her man's name, that I am just getting this guy arrested for nothing. God, it wasn't that. He isn't that special. But anyway, and I don't have that energy. So I do a video about her. Yes, I did put out TikTok that, okay, and by the way, what's on my phone? If you call me with your number and it's on my phone and I don't know you, I have every right to say that. And if that picture, if you have a public picture, do not put your pictures in public, on public platforms, if you don't want them to be used, or you need to put a disclaimer that do not use without my consent. But anything that is in the public domain is for the public to use. So she tries and say she opens a. What happened is I would find out that they tried to open a case, a criminal case for me, and they failed. And then they went and opened a protection order for me. So she brings this protection order that I am talking about her. I made a video. I shared her number. I shared her picture. That I found on my phone. By the way, I don't know you. I've never met you. I don't know who you are. And the only thing I know is that this person here is harassing me, and I'm saying that, oh, okay. And Usatane has called his cocoons to be on my case. I did make that video, and she opens a protection order, against that. So apart from that, you're dating my ex, and my social media that's been shared with you, you know nothing about me. She comes to my house. And how did she find my house is that Usatane had been given bail, and the terms of the bail was I'm not sure of the terminology, but he is supposed to be indoors unless he goes to work or to church. But the following day, Usatane was right at my street. I am fighting that with the thingy, with lady, the investigating officer, that they submit that proof. They said they wanted from someone that had seen Usatane there. Okay, that's not an issue. I did give that proof, but it wasn't submitted because South African Police Services, because South African National Defence Force, because National Prosecuting Authority, because Department of Justice, and so forth. So this guy shows this girl my home, and she comes to my house. How did she know my house? How does she know where I stay? And how does she know where I stay? And I say this is because if you don't know me, basically, not a lot of people know me. I'm known by my brothers as my brother's sister. People don't know my name. And unless I'm driving, you don't know where I stay if I'm walking down the streets, because you see the car enter here, and that's how you know I'm home or not. And some people don't even know the face. So this girl comes here with the police to serve a protection order. And the question is again, how does she know where I stay? And besides that, they had been um, convoyed to my house to be shown where I stay by a person who is either supposed to be at work or at home, because he does not go to church, even though his father is a pastor, was a pastor these days. This does not make sense, because even my address that she claims she found at the on the protection order that I had against Usatane protection order application that I had against Usatane, it doesn't make sense, because I always give the police my address. But gosh, what happened here? Forget that. So the police, there was a time that things needed to be sorted out with the Department of Development, social development. And they have a colleague that stays in my street. Because I'm not popular like that, I am not known at all, I'm not famous. That guy did not know me. So how does a stranger come directly to my doorstep? And the things that this girl did to me was just beyond. I go about it, in some of the videos and on TikTok, and please do follow me on TikTok, and I and as well as the other videos. Like, gosh. And she thought she was above. Let's talk about the phrase. She thought she was above the program. She thought she will be on with. Thought she would be with this guy forever, and she would be treated better. No, it did not happen. That guy does not keep relationships. That guy is not healthy for relationships. So it ended just like it ended with me. Unfortunately, I got out with permanent damage. But in all, this girl went out of her way, to make my life a living hell. Post about me, call me, send messages, threaten me, and because she thought she would be with this guy forever. And there was a time, because I think I love resolving things. I'm a peacekeeper. There was a time I found out that she knew my cousin, and I went to my cousin and was like, exactly, why do we hate each other? I don't know her. And from dating my ex, I don't understand why I should hate her. Why should she hate me? It's not like we dated the man at the same time, and whatever is going on between me and Satan is not linked to her. Where does she enter? How does it become her business? And she flat out declined that offer to just sit down and understand each other and like make peace, because she thought she was better and she'll forever be with this guy. And God is for everyone. One thing that you need to know and understand is that God loves all his children. You will not think you are better than his other child and then think you are going to succeed. So she would also post on her TikTok how great of a man this, and I don't. I posted one man on, on my Facebook 15 years ago, never doing that again. And And Owami goes on, and I say this video is inspired by Owami. Owami goes on to say, um, she goes on to say that, what's the word I want to use? Oh, my vocabulary, guys, just please forgive me. I've got traumatic brain injury. Um, um, even lost my train of thoughts. Owami goes on to say she thought she was above the program and being a girl's girl, so she wasn't. Also I wanted to say, this is exactly what I wanted to say, is the posting and delete. Just because you post and delete, it does not mean that we forget. We don't see what you post.
And I think, Ori, there is a certain element of mental illness to people that constantly post stuff and delete, post stuff and delete. It either means you are horrible, you're horrible at decision making, or you're horrible at accountability. So it means that you still want it to go out there, but you delete so that you're not held accountable for it, because it's like, well, it's not on my page, did you see it? No, they will not. But or you are horrible at decision making, which means that you post stuff and then you regret, then you delete.
That girl has posted, I think I have seen 4, if not 4, definitely I've seen 3. She's posted exactly 3, if not 4, gents that she's been with on TikTok as her boyfriends. And this is Mzalwane, and you have a child, you have a daughter. What example are you setting? None of my business. I'm just asking, just curious. So she posts these people on her social media, on her TikTok, and I'm like, so I blocked her. I even did a video. I think I'm gonna find that video. If I do find that video, I'm gonna put it here at the end of this video, that I did block her and made a, was like, just block.
Hey, if anybody pressure you this year, you know what you go do? Just block them, delete them, remove them for your contact. Block them, delete them, remove them for your contact. Don't pressure me. Don't pressure me. Don't pressure me.
But, and I even put her on my archive, but there are people that are on my archive because I don't want to see them all the time, but sometimes I do chat to them. So I also blocked and put her on my archives. And when I'm on my archives, I might have blocked her, but because she hasn't blocked me, when she unblocks me, so she also blocked me. Yeah, it's not apparent, she did block me. But she goes every now and again, and I catch it all the time. And I think I'm gonna look for the pictures and put them here, but that's gonna take a time because I want this video out as soon as I finish recording. But she would unblock me, and I see her status, and I'm like, this child. And when before you used to be able to screenshot a person's WhatsApp profile picture, unfortunately now you can't. But yes, when that used to happen, I used to get that thingy. I used to screenshot and like, why are you unblocking me? I'm never going to unblock you, baby girl. I am never going to unblock Pick and Pay. I'm not going to unblock her on my social media. I don't even know how that's done, but I'm not going to unblock her on WhatsApp. I know how that's done. So she forever lives a dead person to me. And baby girl, you are not above the program Pick and Pay. Imagine your boyfriend calling you, and that was your name. And because I say in the video, the very first video, when I did not know who she is, and I thought she was beautiful. No, she's not beautiful. She does have a banging body. Oh, one thing about me, I'm going to be truthful. And because I am a girl's girl, I'll always say, I don't mind giving compliments to women, to other girls, to queens. give credit where it's true. She does have a banging body, but in terms of her looks, from afar, I thought she's pretty. Then I don't know, but also the things that you do when you're an evil person, you tend not to look, you look evil. Maybe that's that too, but she does look even older. I remember she did not even dispute the fact that we are the same age, and she is much younger. She is 7 years younger than me. And when she came here and she said, "Oh, we're the same height," because I had to find out via a friend of mine who she is. I was like, "Who she is?" And then somebody said, and a friend of mine that we went to school with, she says, "I know this girl." And it's like, "Who the hell is she?" And she said, "Oh, she used to work here and here. That's how I know her, when we used to do this functions and this." And she's about our age. So when she says, "Oh, we're the same height," and I'm like, "Apparently we're even the same age." She doesn't dispute that, because how do you look the same age as somebody who is 7 years older than you? And that sits well with you. It is very clear. It is clear to see that when people are that, when the age difference is that far along or far apart. So girls, stop this thing. If your man has disputes, issues with their ex, if you're the current, do not enter. Wives, this belittling people that are divorced, stop it. You don't know what tomorrow holds. You never know what's going to happen the following day, next year, next week, in a couple of months' time. You'll end up an ex of that boyfriend or an ex of that husband. And you can imagine if she spoke lowly of her while they were still in a relationship and she was fighting his battles. Now imagine how he speaks of her now that they are history. I'm sure it is used against her that she posts every man on her social media, on public platforms, not even private, at least WhatsApp. And by the way, Satana used to post him and he used to see himself. Only he used to see himself. And I say, I'm never going to post a man. Maybe God must give me a husband and a couple of years in marriage to see if he's worth it. But with that being said, we have to be, discerning, have discerning spirits, discerning minds, use it. And this thinking that we don't see things, we do see things. Before I got cut off, I don't know where I was, what I was saying, but basically, this is just to say, stop thinking you're above the program. Stop thinking that you are better than the previous person. Let's fix each other's crowns. You don't find men fighting over a girlfriend or a wife. Instead, if there are issues that needs to be resolved, they are resolved amicably. So why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? So that's what I've got to say. That's where this video ends, is that just ladies, you are not, this goes on to gays as well, because now will they enter the chat and think that they are one of us, and basically they I think we share the same hormones. I'm not sure, I stand to be corrected, but sometimes they are just as crazy as women that were born women, female. So let's just stop. Yeah, we are not above, nobody is above the program, nobody is better. these men keep on playing us. That's why Pick and Pay, you keep changing men, is because and posting them is because you are just, I mean, the father of your child played you. For a pastor, he played you. And you were there begging him. And you thought you could win this one's love by attacking me. And Mina, I'm built out of steel, honey. I might take a moment to cry, but I'm gonna get up, dust myself off, and keep on going. I don't need approval or validation from anyone else to know who I am and what I am. And I'm never going to do that thing. And by the way, just another story time on top of the story time. This guy had asked, when we were together, he had called me and asked me to call his ex, who's baby mama at this point. Send me voice notes. Yes, the girl did not sound well. I understood, and I understand where she was coming from. But for me to now go ahead and call her and swear at her and belittle her, I wouldn't do that. Because why? My medulla oblongata works. And this thing of graduating at a late age, when you are supposed to be graduating your 4th or 3rd degree, it tends to get into your head. You are never too old for school. Yes, we do agree. Go girl, go get that education. Now, don't use that to think that the other people have not gone to school. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate you. Please do subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. And tell me what's your crazy ex's girlfriend, ex's wife did to you. Engage with me, please.
You got the best of me, embracing our insecurities. Better to cry and set us free, yeah. Oh no, we're running out of space between good and bad. Running out of words to apologize. Nothing left to say between you and I. You and I, you and I. You got the best of me, embracing our insecurities. Better to cry and set us free, yeah.